Kevin Acosta here for Pulso Sports, giving my post-match analysis of FC Dallas 1, Inter Miami 0. After what was a tough loss against Cincinnati, this is the lineup that Phil Neville put out. Inter Miami came out in the 3-4-1-2. And with this change in formation, we also saw the return of Ecuadorian striker Leonardo Campana. Like the past few matches, Inter Miami came out and had a lot of possession in this first half, with either Mota or Bryce Duke dropping back between the center backs and starting the attack. But right away, you can notice the disconnect between the center backs and the midfield. With the pressure that FC Dallas was giving, especially in the 4-2-3-1 formation, it would change into a 5-3-2. This would limit Bryce Duke and Mota from receiving the ball in optimal positions, thus making Inter Miami resort to long balls. And since Taylor and Negri were playing as wing backs, they would push up high, leaving space for FC Dallas' wingers, Paul Arriola, Alan Velasco, to really exploit the space behind. That is exactly what they did. Whenever there was a quick turnover, they would press the midfielders, either Bryce Duke or Mota. Quick turnover, through ball, in transition, and Miami's defense would scrap to get back. With Inter Miami holding 63% of possession in the first half. When they were able to get to the final third, it showed a complete lack of ideas. Teams knowing that if they defend deep and have the play in front of them, this Inter Miami side is not a threat. And the FC Dallas goal that came in the 27th minute comes from a goal kick. That's between the midfielder and Giovanni Jesus. It's Negri one-on-one on the wing. Drives in a low cross, so the cross that has been troubling Miami all season. Whether McVeigh or any other defender is able to clear it, ball falls to a Jesus Ferreira, who scores the 1-0. Jesus Ferreira, who has given Inter Miami a tough time. He himself having about 2 to 3 chances to make the game 3-0. If it wasn't for a Drake Calendar that stood on his head and the post helping Inter Miami too. First shot on target for Inter Miami came from Stefanelli in the 42nd minute. In the second half, it started pretty much like the first half had ended, with Inter Miami with possession and Dallas hitting them on transition. This time with Dallas sitting deeper, holding onto their lead. The possession in the midfield, no one was willing to break a line or make a run behind the defender except for Negri, who at times was able to do it. This continued to make the game easy for FC Dallas. In the 58th minute, Phil Neville shake things up with Coco Jean and Pizarro coming in for Campana and Stefanelli. This resulted in a formation change to a 4-2-3-1 with Jose Martinez as the lone striker. Jose Martinez, who was rather timid throughout the game, didn't show up too many times. With this change, it also put Pizarro at the 10. With Pizarro at the 10, Miami looked a little bit more like a threat in the attack, a little more creativity, still resorting to crosses, always cleared by defenders. And about 60 minutes in, Drake Calendar had his 6th save of the game. He ended up having 7 saves throughout the whole game in total. And with the press that came in the midfield, and the stats, both midfielders Duke and Mota lost possession 20 times in the game. In the 70th minute, Borgelin and Lassiter came on for Jose Martinez and Ryan Taylor. Unfortunately, that sub did not create enough of a spark to really get Miami back into the game, as well as another sub in the 90th minute to bring on Harvey Neville for DeAndre Yedlin. Harvey Neville did create a good amount of chances. Borgelin was also able to get some crosses, which gives Miami 5 losses in a row. And with the bye week, a lot to